Good morning, everybody. Respected senior members, respected principal sir, senior members, and my fellow junior members. The reason I decided to speak today was because yesterday's session, where basically principal sir talked about talents and how hidden talents need to be discovered, that was a topic that I felt was very important, is crucial, and is integral to each of our development as a student, which is why I decided to summarize sir's talk yesterday on that topic. Benjamin Franklin once said in his very rhyming verse, that is, "What are hidden talents for if not to be used? Just like a sundial has no use in a shade." The meaning's quite clear. Talents, the most important thing that we have to realize first and foremost is the fact that each and every one of us has got a talent inside us. There could be one, there could be plenty, but we definitely know that since each and every one of us is unique, and we have a particular purpose for being alive on earth, then it is to harp on that talent. It is to bang upon that talent or those talents that we have within ourselves, to discover them and to use them. A sundial is important. Before the invention of clocks, the sundial was what was used to determine the time of the day. But what use is a sundial if it's kept in the shade? Of course, no, there's no use. You cannot determine the time. So similarly, anybody who has got talents within themselves, but who do not utilize it for the progress of mankind, who do not utilize it to make this world a better place, then that could be actually considered as a great crime to oneself and to humanity as a whole. So now since we know that each of us has got talents, now the next step is to how to find out those right talents and how to utilize them and how to use them to achieve success. Of course, many inspirational writers and authors have spoken about how different people have got different talents, but it is often difficult for these people to realize their talents within themselves, maybe because of the circumstances in which they live. It could be because of economic reasons, it could be due to social reasons, or plainly, it could also be due to plain indifference. I would like to remind all of you of the example of a young man who, at the age of 10 years, got hold of a trigonometry textbook, which was used by his seniors. Now, this young man barely completed his schooling, but with excellent marks in one particular subject, and this was a subject on which he got a book of higher value, which is basically the book on trigonometry. So even though this was a book meant for his seniors at school, he decided to go through that. And then he discovered that he actually loved the book. And when he discovered that he loved the book, he understood that he loved the subject, which is why he was able to do that subject well, which is why he's passed the subject in flying colors. To be precise, that was the only subject he passed in flying colors, and he actually failed in the other subjects, which meant he could not actually pass, he could not do his higher education in a college. But then, his principal at school, realizing that this man has got immense potential within him in that particular subject, decided to help him and got him admission to a college. Later, different points of time, if you look at the economic background of the person, if you look at what he did for a living, he was a clerk at the Port Trust in Chennai. Then he did a lot of odd jobs, but most importantly, at that young age, without any formal education in the subject that he loved, after discovering that he had a talent for it, he wrote diverse papers on that subject, research papers. He rediscovered the great formulae and the equations made by famous personalities in that field much before. And he also got into a well-known correspondence with one of the greatest people in that particular field at that time. And today, we would all have guessed the person as Srinivasa Ramanujan, the great mathematical genius. He was not only in India, he was the greatest, among the greatest mathematicians in the world. But the fact still remains that he discovered by using the opportunity that he got in the form of the book. So the most important thing we have to realize is, it is not, we cannot say outright that we'll know all our talents. Of course, we are not born with a card that says, okay, we've got so-and-so talents, and we have to use so-and-so talents to do well in life. No, but it is our duty and our responsibility to discover those talents ourselves. Now, how do we do that? It is by utilizing every single opportunity that comes our way. Maybe we have not done sailing before. Maybe we have not attempted writing a poem or a story. Maybe we have not done something that we actually want to do, that we actually would like to try doing. And because we have an innate fear or a sense of reluctance to do it, or maybe by finding excuses saying, okay, we don't find time to do that, or we are too busy to do it, then we fail to do it. Maybe that is where our passion and our talents actually lie. So we need to find time for those, to use those opportunities, to discover the hidden talents within ourselves. So only once in discovering those talents could we know if that's what we are passionate about, if that's what we would like to do with our lives. As students of economics, we always do our economics studies using graphs, and we talk about optimization. One very famous inspirational writer once said that success in life is actually the intersection between passion and talent. It is not just that we might have multiple talents, but what we should actually do in life is what we are passionate about. If we have the natural passion for anything, even moderate talent or moderate experience can take us to greater heights. But if we have the talent or if we have the capabilities to do something, but we have no passion or we are indifferent to it as a whole, then there is no way we can achieve success in that particular field. So ultimately, it is not about developing ourselves. It is also about contributing something back to the society, contributing something back to humanity. And that can happen only if we develop ourselves. Therefore, we all, each and every one of us, has got hidden talents within ourselves. It is our duty and responsibility to ourselves and to the world around us to discover those talents, to practice and to enrich them, and to use those talents to reach greater heights and contribute back to society. With these few words, let me conclude. Thank you.